Barbie!
So, I'll explain why we're watching this. I was on Amazon.
It's video game related.
It is video game related. And I was on Amazon, and I was just scrolling through like a bunch of cheap games, because they actually have some pretty good like $10 games. And so for some reason, Barbie showed up. And so I took a screenshot, not thinking of anything, and I sent it to the group, and Jacob's like, I'm in. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna push him on it. I'm gonna see if he's really in. I was like, well, I'll buy it. And he's like, yeah, I'll watch it. And then Phil was like, yeah, I'll watch it too. And then Aaron, who doesn't have a job, was like, yeah, I got better things to do. I'm like, well,
of course it does. Platinuming Dark Souls 2, which he continues to bitch about.
So we're watching Barbie Video Game Hero. So go ahead, you two, because I seen the trailer for this already. Because what do you think it's about? What do you hope it's about?
Well, I see that there's 3 levels on the back of the box.
Okay.
One looks like Just Dance, one looks like it was made in Crayola, and the other one is Legos. It looks like.
Wait. Are we watching a movie or are we playing a game? I still do not know.
It's a movie about a video game.
Oh my god.
So she gets sucked into this world.
No, it's an isekai.
Yeah, that's... There's a cloud-shaped friend, though.
Now, I'm curious, because one thing I was like really curious about, they have a 3D form of Barbie in this world.
Yeah, the Just Dance form.
It looks like it lags. Now I'm like, okay, but then they have that. Then there's a pixelated one. I think.
Yeah, one that looks like
and
Minecraft.
It fucking moves like it's animated beautifully. So I'm like, I want to see what if that is like if there's a reason why it lags in the 3D form as compared to the pixelated one, which seems it would be more more.
Look, apparently the movie is about mischievous emoji trying to take over the game.
Well, I hope those emoji movies getting their revenge.
We're watching the fucking emoji movie isekai.
So has anybody ever seen like a Barbie movie?
No.
Outside of this?
I saw one years ago and it was garbage.
Because I think I've seen like bits and pieces of one Barbie movie. It was on
the Magical Unicorn one, because that's the one that I've seen.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember watching. I was like, wow, this is terrible, and I just watched like maybe 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, that's enough. So I'm hoping it's gonna be interesting and fun.
Does Mattel still exist? Aren't
Yeah.
they the ones who make Barbie? Okay,
yeah,
so
Mattel Creations presents Barbie Video
Now
Game Hero.
here's the funny thing. So I bought this off Amazon. So Amazon's like, oh, he likes Barbie. There's like they recommended me 30 fucking movies of Barbie. I'm like, oh my god.
They probably think you have kids. That's what they think this is about.
No, that's definitely not it.
I'm pretty sure, but they see my previous purchase, they're like, huh, that kid's just horny.
You can be anything.
Oh no. Yeah. All I've got on this is that I'm an only child, and most of my cousins are male. I have one female cousin, so I have...
Do you want to get in the game?
No.
You can buy these dolls.
I'm good. But I do respect the fact that... One of the things I respect about Barbie now is that they're very...
Inclusive?
I mean, just...
When are we watching Barbie Great Puppy Adventure?
I mean...
Barbie Spy Squad.
No, I can't do that. I watched Totally Spies when I was a kid. They
I love
never
Totally
compare.
Spies.
Barbie Rockin' Rivals.
Please stop.
No, we gotta bring home all the magic.
I figured like, if you're watching this or listening to our conversation, you like it, leave a like, and then I was thinking about like, what happens if we just turn this into the next series? You got Godzilla.
I'm not watching any more Barbie.
You're not watching anymore?
No, no, unless this.
We are not. There's already. We watch 2 Godzilla movies a week. We already have plans. Like, I still need to get Sonic in there somehow. We've got movie series continuing to go afterwards. It's gonna be like.
Hey, you never know.
I mean,
if they demand it, we supply it.
Okay.
I can't believe Barbie Video Game Hero got 5,000 views in the first 12 seconds.
Dude. Well, okay, and then
it's our top video. It finally beats Lucha Libre.
I mean, if we have to turn in like, It would depend on what people would like about it, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this is going to get any amount of clicks. It's just not going to happen.
You never know.
The algorithms will not be kind to us. It usually isn't.
Did I think that Lucha Libre would get 24,000 views? No.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Did I think Uncharted 4 would, for some fucking reason, start
I
climbing
think at
up
the
the
beginning of
ranks?
those videos, you said something along the lines of, I can't believe this is our next top video.
I might have said, this is our next best thing.
I mean, if you fire in all directions, you'll hit the target. Like that's a fact.
Okay, well,
let's get into this.
Enough of this preamble.
Yeah, we've babbled on long enough.
All right, we'll see you guys in 1 hour and 13 minutes.
All right. Well, I can't believe this movie was terrible. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if we can even talk about what we just discovered. Or that we should.
Amazing.
It was better than I mean, I gave it a really low bar. But it's better than I thought it was going to be. But I was
It was watchable.
That was part of the problem. I was hoping for it to be completely terrible, and there were certain parts that were just wonderfully bad, and there were certain parts that was like, I'm kind of getting into this, and then it just like ended on a wet fart, and I just kind of like didn't care.
Oh, did we make it to feature length? End it now! Give her a trophy!
So there was it was kind of funny. You know, a lot of these movies, these kid cartoons are made with references for parents to
so the parent can stomach it.
and so they had some references from like the 80s that I'm like, I don't know if there's an 80-year-old or not 80-year-old, but like, you know,
Lion, please.
Everybody knows. Just call me Aaron. Yeah.
Everyone knows Jason Waterfalls. Don't you go, Jason Waterfalls.
That was terrible. Also,
that was good. I mean, that one made more sense than the second one that popped up.
I don't even remember the second one.
Second one was come out to play, like the Warriors reference.
Yeah.
Like who's watching this? Like which father's like, oh, I know that reference.
Oh man, I better sit down and watch this.
All it's there for is for a sensible chuckle, followed by continued suffering. Which is, I mean, to be fair, a lot of this movie was. At the beginning of this movie made me want to curl up in a ball and die. Well, because it was so cringeworthy.
Only at the beginning I was kind of thinking the whole thing.
No. It started to get ironically fun. Especially as the emoji virus became more and more involved and their hijinks.
See, I was fine with the first two levels that they went to, or two areas. And then once they went to the Minecraft area, like my brain, I just like this movie's still fucking going.
Yeah.
And then you guys are like over here counting down like, oh, it's only been like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh my god, feels like it's been an hour.
No. We had 20 minutes left, but regardless, it was still 20 more minutes of crap that we had to deal with, and yeah, no. So Barbie's the greatest video game player of all time. Mostly because
nobody else plays video games.
Apparently, well, her friends suck at it, and she cheats.
Yeah.
Well, she did cheat a few times in the game, but the other time she cheated, she was cheating in her own game. But we can only assume that this woman has the most current cheats possible.
She has access to modding games.
Yeah, no, just fucking the latest cheats, pays for them, gets the top score because winning is all that matters.
Mm-hmm. So I want to say up front, I don't think they've watched any single video game besides Just Dance. Because they actually ripped that off, and I'm throwing it out here now. They did not credit Ubisoft for this.
At least we didn't just see it.
Yeah.
So they literally had the Just Dance cut out and everything, the logo and everything. So if we can start a war, if you guys want to start tweeting that to them, let's go ahead.
Ubisoft will, if it gets any groundswell, Ubisoft will just say, yeah, we lent them the thing. We didn't care if they credited us. It's a fucking Barbie movie.
Well, I would want to be credited if I was in the Barbie.
I wouldn't.
No.
But okay, so what I was gonna say,
I would want people to
is they
look
literally
away.
like one of the things I figured was probably gonna happen is they probably weren't gonna actually, like, I swear like they know about video games, but they're just like, oh well, you know,
I heard Minecraft happening in a room that, like down the hall from me.
Because like
I'm an expert now.
There were no enemies. I didn't understand it. They were in like the creative mode of Minecraft. It was so fucking weird.
But they couldn't have been in the creative. They had stamina.
Did they?
Yeah, they were out of breath once.
But that's.
But I swear, like, they just looked at, like, bare basics. Like, I swear they watched Wreck-It Ralph and, like, oh, we can make a video game. And then,
then the group of producers were like, what video games have you played? I played Roller Coaster Tycoon once when I was, like, in my 20s. I heard Minecraft is a big thing. Just Dance, yeah, that's really big. My kid plays that all the time.
I was playing Bejeweled the other day
Yeah,
on my
Bejeweled,
phone.
fucking Bejeweled, Mario Kart. We don't know where we'll fit it, but like we'll just jam it in there somewhere. And it's just like, oh, and bonus levels, aren't those a thing?
We probably need one of those.
But like, what is it like? It'll just be like the racing thing.
Yeah, it's the same.
Carnival games.
The first level they go to is essentially like Roller Coaster Tycoon, right?
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah,
it has
some words.
Yeah, I can't speak.
The frame rate just spoke.
Yeah, so
to me.
I mentioned this up front about there's like a lag, and the first game they go to there's like a lag, and so I thought maybe that would be part of the charm of the movie, where they're like, yeah, something's slowing down the frame rate in this game. You know, no, they don't reference it.
Nope.
So I don't know if this was built in game engine, because there's one of the companies they use is Rainmaker, and they are a studio who gives out assets. They're kind of like, I think, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't look this up, but I think they're like Unity and
Unreal.
I was gonna say Epic's engine. I couldn't think of what it, but I think they're like that type of thing. And so I don't know if they built it in game and they're like, yeah, this is actually more money than we want to spend. So because like the rest of the areas they go to, the next area they go to is the Bejeweled level, and so they're like in tune form, and it's the frame rate's fine, but and then the next level after that they go to, is it the bonus level?
Yeah.
And that's just a racing one, and that animation's fine.
Yeah, that one was perfectly fine. And Minecraft, the frame rate was fine. The animations were just
rigid.
Yeah, well,
and not good.
What's sad is that it's worse than it is in Minecraft. Minecraft actually has fluid animations.
Yeah.
Which is the part that I didn't understand.
Well, like I said, they heard Minecraft happening from down the hall.
Yeah, clearly. They heard it and then just assumed it looked like crap.
They saw a screenshot LP.
But, yeah, so this game is borderline an insult to video games.
This was not a game.
Whatever. I don't know why I keep calling it a game. It's really bad. This movie was a borderline insult to video games, gamers, and programming. Yeah. Have you ever wanted to use something even easier to use than Python? Because that's what this game was using, and somehow a cloud man screwed it up.
So it's kind of funny. He's not the villain, but he's the one that screwed everything up. He's the tutorial guy Cloud, and he talks in rhymes.
Yep.
And so he's like, yeah, nobody ever wants to play the tutorial. Nobody ever wants to talk to me, which is true.
Yes.
That is 100%. That's probably the biggest thing the number one fact I will say about video game players is if there's no trophy or anything tied to that tutorial, and you're not trying to figure out how to play, nobody plays it.
But the problem is that you can't give them that much credit because ignoring the tutorial is basically a meme.
Exactly.
So it's not that they knew. It's that all they had to do was look at the internet.
So the tutorial, he makes these minion-looking figures that look like teeth, and they're all happy. They're all yellow, and then there's one pink one that he makes, and then the pink one corrupts all the rest of the yellow ones. So then now all these yellow ones all these pink ones are like going around taking over the world and stuff. And
it's so unclear how they work because they somehow multiply, but we're not shown how they multiply. Because the amount that were there when they showed him accidentally creating them was not as many as actually existed in the entire game.
I like to assume that if they had more money, they would just shown one of the purple one just throwing more purple figures.
I mean, that's probably what they should have done.
But it's not about them. It's about Barbie.
Also, and also apparently coding is a finite resource for some reason, which makes no sense.
There's only so much code in the world.
So Barbie gets to team up with I forgot a lot of. I know all the other characters besides this one girl's name, but she has purple hair and pink and purple. Teaming up with her, and then Chris with a K. And then
like the name of the sword.
And Chris is probably my favorite character, just because he's so stupid, but he's also like he also points out when there's a scene where the cloud says like, yeah, I'm the one that caused this problem, and then Barbie's like, wait, you're the one that caused this problem?
No, it was the other girl.
No, Barbie says it, and then the girl with the purple and pink hair says the exact same thing.
Oh, right.
And then Chris is like,
no, she says it after he tells the story. And then he's like, weren't you paying attention?
So I was like, yes, Chris. He just became my favorite character. Crystal, and so then they go to the next area, which is a Bejeweled type game.
With Mario Kart power-ups.
Yes. I don't. And the squirrels are like, they're evil. There's a lot of scenes where they do close-ups to the face, and there's just like a lot of like, like those type of things.
The squirrels basically have the equivalent of cyber rabies, and they're flinging nuts at the treehouse. And it's so much of this movie's plot I don't even want to talk about because I don't think it's even interesting. But eventually Barbie shows herself to be a master swordsman because she's good at everything.
It's true. She's maxed out all her stats.
She fucking went like samurai on some of those nuts. It was crazy.
Yeah, and so like I don't know if I said, but they meet up with Crystal with the C. It should just name everybody with the yeah. Oh, I should say the tutorial's name is Cutie
with a C.
With the C. So I'm like I don't get why Chris has a K. It's just with the
too many C's otherwise.
Well, because they can't enter the Mortal Kombat verse.
So after they do that, they Mario Kart themselves out of Bejeweled area, and then they go into a bonus level where they meet the Nintendo Switch.
The Nintendo Switch and some other girl.
So I think they're sisters or something.
So I didn't catch their name, but one's an idiot and the other one's like the boss.
They're both idiots.
The Switch is the one who apparently knows everything, and whatever the other one's name, I know their names are Maya and Gaia. I don't remember which is which. It's the one that wears the heart-shaped glasses that is just like clueless.
So okay, so at this moment, I brought something up during the video where I'm like I don't think I explained it well, but in my head I'm like, oh, I wonder if $5, if Chris and the girl who I don't know her name, pink and purple hair.
Is it not on the back of the box?
It probably is. But I was like, oh, it's gonna be her friends because Chris was like an idiot, and her first friends she's hanging with Barbie's hanging out with is like an idiot eating pizza, and the other friend's kind of like a little bit more dominant type character. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like one of those like surprise like, hey, we're in the game too, but we're these avatars. But no, I didn't.
They should have turned into llamas.
That would have been funny.
I would have appreciated that.
Oh, we'll go back to the very beginning. So her sister is like a pivot moment in this movie, so her sister's playing Barbie's video game.
Barbie is a master programmer,
and she's made her own game.
The sister cannot figure out for life for her to go right, so she keeps going left, and there's like a cliff, and she keeps falling off. And Barbie's like, "You gotta go right," and she's like, and the girl's like, "Okay," and she goes left again. I'm like, "Oh my god,
why do I keep dying?"
Because you keep going the wrong way, but I want to go that way. I don't want to go in the cave. It's scary. That's dumb that you have to do the thing that you're supposed to do.
What a bad game.
I'm just like, it's like talking to a 6-year-old who doesn't understand video games.
So I think so that becomes like the pivotal moment how Barbie figures out how to beat the game or beat the virus. But then so we'll go back. So now she loses in the bonus round, which is to the Nintendo Switch, because they're programmed to win. So like
yeah.
So she
also her power-up cheats did not help her.
Yeah, well, her power-up cheats just basically got her up to the Nintendo Switch, but then like it ran out like right before that, so she would end up losing.
I still don't understand how Maya and Gaia didn't get destroyed. I don't even know what would happen if the viruses attacked them. We never saw it happen. We don't know what they do other than appear in the squirrel's eyes.
Well, that's what they would have done to all the other characters.
Would have been great.
That would have been funny. So then now we go to Minecraft area, and
Barbie's like, I can't accept a loss, and then she goes back and cheats.
Yeah, she goes back and cheats, and then the girl with the purple and pink hair is like, well, I'm coming back with you too, and she's like, oh, you did good cheating.
Yeah, that cheat you made. Good job.
Good work at cheating at the game. Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess it's to save NPCs. I don't get, like, NPCs don't matter. There's... Oh, my God. They're not...
You tell me the arrow to the knee guy doesn't matter.
He doesn't. Because multiple guards say the same damn thing.
Look, one of them went to Mars.
I've murdered many a guard. It doesn't matter.
So yeah, then they're fighting the emoji demon thing. It's turning into a ball.
Oh yeah, we have to talk about the sphere.
And they shoot it with cupcakes, and for some reason that stops it.
Yes.
And then they're like, "Oh no, what if instead of shooting cupcakes, we shot stars?"
And it turned half of all the pink guys back to yellow guys, and then all the rest of the pink guys are like, "Oh shit, we need to become the ice climber."
Yeah, fucking wearing a hoodie.
And then this is where Barbie's like, "Hey, the only one, besides Minecraft, the only other game they literally ripped off is Just Dance."
Yeah.
And so they gotta dance, and then the monster's doing some cool ass moves.
Can we fucking talk about the fact that she used one unit of programming, which I don't even know what that equates to literally recreate Just Dance in Minecraft? Can we talk about how absurd that is?
I mean, some people can just code shit.
Yeah, when you can drag and drop what you need into the code.
It's so weird.
When you could just we could just buy Cyberpunk's code and just copy and paste and then put it in your own game.
When you can Deus Ex Machina yourself.
Oh my god.
So yeah, they Just Dance. Virus is winning for the entirety of it, and then loses for some reason.
Yeah,
because arbitrary rules.
When Barbie just does her own damn thing and doesn't follow the rules, and Just Dance is like, "You win," and I'm like, "That's how Just Dance is played." Because I've watched people just sit down, put the controller down, and get a perfect score. So it was accurate.
Yeah. And thus, all the viruses were turned back into gold.
Yeah, then we went back to the frame rate drop area to see all them, and I'm like, we really could not figure this out.
No, it had to be on purpose.
So then Barbie goes back in, she gets a trophy, and it's an ugly-ass trophy, which, it's on the cover, so I think you're going to have the cover picture.
I don't know, maybe. I'm not finding footage for this.
I'm
not going to record any game.
There's nothing to put.
I mean, I could probably get the demo for Just Dance and do that for
Yeah, that'd
be fun. Ubisoft might strike us.
I wouldn't put sound in it.
Yeah, but still, I don't know.
All right, so we want to rate the monster fights, the effects, the acting, the dub.
Okay, the subtitles were fun for a bit, and then they stopped.
Whooping.
Yeah, they stopped. They stopped closed captioning the sound effects. Halfway through, they just gave up. The guy who did the...
I literally gave up watching this on the effect. My brain just kind of I was just watching the characters.
Everyone whooping.
Oh, I should say this before we go in. There is a lot of upskirts in this type of...
No, there wasn't. There was one. There was one that I commented on because it was egregious.
There was one that was really egregious, but there's a lot of them where they're jumping and it's like, oh... upskirts. So I'm like, oh.
I mean, I didn't notice any of the rest of them. I just noticed that one. That
there was probably 5 or 6 shots where I'm just like,
it's like ass in my face, and I'm like, please don't. These plastic.
They know who's buying.
Things.
They know who's buying.
Yes, you.
These plastic things that you call people are not attractive.
Because I wasn't gonna buy this until you two were like, yeah, I'll watch it. And I was like, well, that sounds like a fun movie to watch. And here's the thing, my dad was giving me shit for this. Yeah. He's like, I can't believe that you spent money on this. I'm like, I spent $6. Whatever. It's $6 out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's $6 into somebody else's pocket.
Someone's.
Amazon's pocket.
Good for them.
But I'm like, it crosses into our territory of video games.
Yep.
It's a dumb movie.
Yep.
It's a video game movie.
Quote unquote.
So I'm like, let's do it. So I give it a 1.
Is that
Out
for
of
Monster
what?
Combat?
We're not gonna rate this on the Cornzilla scale.
We might as well. It had a giant monster. It had special effects.
No, if I was being
There
serious,
was a plot.
There was a plot. There was acting. If you want to, I'll make a fucking scoring sheet.
I mean, it's not like we need this for posterity. We're not going to watch any other Barbie movies.
No, not
unless
really.
it becomes popular and people demand it.
But
But I'm not buying them. I'll watch them on Netflix or something like that. Well, I'll get Netflix.
oh my god, I would hope they would be on Disney Plus, but
Is it?
that's the only thing I
Universal.
got.
It's Universal published that one.
Yes, yeah. So maybe it would be.
Yeah.
No, I would be honest. I give it a 4 out of 10. I'd say it's not a bad movie. It's not...
It felt patronizing. I give it a 3.
I don't think. Okay, well, what would you say? Like what? Like,
It felt well.
because it didn't feel like they were saying anything. There was like really nothing that they
It
were
was like,
saying.
oh, you can't go left. You're supposed to go right.
Well,
That's how video games work.
there was that, and there was the
Grab the power up, and it will
Well,
give
you
you
play
an ability.
you play Super Mario and you go left and figure out how far you can go.
But they don't kill you for it.
The
Yeah,
wall.
oh, they'll time you out.
In Super Mario Bros., there's a wall there. You literally can't go left.
Yeah, no, it
There's
forces
a
you to
hole
go
there.
left.
It's kept going left.
Well, yeah.
Because you can. That's the problem. Mario knew enough to be like, no, put a wall there. They have to go right, and we'll give
No,
them a Goomba.
I was just curious about like what you meant by patronize, because
I know it wasn't meant for guys in their 20s who have played video games for most of their life. I know it was meant for like 6-year-old girls.
I honestly don't know who this is. I think this is just, to me, when I like watching it just felt like they're just like, hey, we can make if Wreck-It Ralph can come out, we can take our IP, because that's why I think about all the IPs that they have, or all the movies they made. It's just like, hey, we can fucking put $1,000 into this, make a movie, and
That's
maybe
pretty high budget for what I was thinking it was.
But like you know, like
it was probably a few thousand.
they can just take something and spit something out and go, here. It's because it didn't feel like they're talking to me. It didn't feel like they're talking to the girls. They just were like, hey, let's just put out this fucking movie and we'll make $6 off it, because I'm gonna buy it because I think it's funny. And they were right.
I mean, I don't know. My problem with it was that it wasn't peaks and valleys. It was like molehills and like dips, but it didn't.
But it was below sea level.
No. I actually think it hovered in the 5 area, which is actually the most disappointing thing of all, is that when I got to the end of the movie, I was like, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was just middle of the road. Like, it had some points that were legitimately entertaining. It had some parts that made me want to curl up in a ball and die. But it all just balances out, for me, to a 5, which I think is actually the worst thing it could possibly be. It's not trash. It's not complete garbage. It's not amazing. It's just middle of the road, milquetoast, just boring.
I think they're shooting for 5s. I think they if they can get a 5, they're like, hell yeah, we did
I think
it.
that's the Metacritic score, actually.
Well, that's the problem, though, is like because Cornzilla has taught us, like, there's like the worst Godzilla movies have been the ones that are boring. The ones where you can't follow what's going on. What you're looking at isn't even fun. And it's just not a good time. Whereas, like, our highest rated one was a blast because it was bad. But it was bad in the best way possible. And we just had a blast.
So IMDb, it's 5.2 out of 10.
So yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes is 39%. And then Walmart coming in with the hot 4 out of 5.
Oh,
nice.
And according to Google users, 81% like this movie.
that's terrible. But I would say that just about covers it.
Yeah, I'd say. I was gonna say something. Oh, I want to bring this up. For anybody who has a younger sibling, you feel my pain, and this isn't directed towards Jacob, but Barbie gets sucked into this game, and her sister comes in and is like, I got cupcakes. Barbie, where you at? Oh, your tablet? Let me shake this tablet.
Why isn't it working?
It's not working. And then she throws it on the ground.
No, she throws it on the bed.
On the bed. But,
At least it was on the bed.
There could be a bounce. It could bounce right off the... But it's like, it's not your tablet. It's not your
Yeah.
Shaking it didn't do anything?
Well, and the sad part is that Barbie even kind of called her out when she just came in and just grabbed the tablet. And she's like...
It's my
Like,
tablet.
fucking staring at her, and her sister's like, I'm sorry, but didn't put it away. And I was just like...
My boyfriend sends dick pics on there. I don't want you to see them.
You don't
No,
put
he
those
doesn't.
on... You don't send... Because he doesn't have one. Anyone who's had a Ken doll knows he doesn't have one.
I've never checked.
Okay, before this goes any deeper, we will see you guys later.
Don't watch
Wait,
this
wait,
movie.
Before you... Okay, if this hits 1,000 likes...
It won't.
If it does, don't you peter out on this. Go for Phil. If it hits 1,000 likes, we will cover every
No, we're not.
single
Not everyone.
Barbie movie.
You
No.
are on your own.
There is like a million of them. There are more. There are more Barbie movies than there are Godzilla movies.
Yeah, it's bad.
Every single one. Just
You can do that one by yourself.
nope. It's all
Wrangle-
1,000 likes. We're doing it.
Okay, no, if this actually gets monetized and it actually makes more money than that movie was goddamn worth, I will force myself to make it into a series.
So it has to make more than $6.
Yes. No.
Oh, you agreed.
No, how much? But seriously, has this channel made any money?
No.
Exactly. So that's a huge call out.
Well, we'll end the depth after. All right. See you later, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.